You keep telling people you're still trying to find your passion. It sounds harmless. It even sounds smart. You don't want to waste your life doing the wrong thing. You don't want to wake up one day and feel like you climbed the wrong mountain. So you stand at the bottom of all the mountains and stare at them instead. One week, you're sure it's content creation. The next week, it's tech, then it's business, then it's design. Each new idea feels exciting at the start. You watch videos, take notes, picture a new version of your life. For a few days, you feel awake again. Then the feeling dips. You feel tired, the work looks heavier, you don't feel it like you did before. So you tell yourself, if this was really my passion, it would still feel amazing. This must not be it. And you go back to scrolling, waiting for the next spark. Underneath all that activity, there's a quiet fear you don't say out loud. What if I'm not made for anything special? What if I'm just average? You see people who look obsessed with what they do, the person who loves the gym, the editor who spends hours perfecting one clip, the coder who loses track of time in front of the screen. And you think, why don't I feel that way about anything? So you give yourself a label in your head: confused, inconsistent, not serious. Here's the twist. You believe you need passion first, and then you will commit. But in real life, it usually works the other way around. You commit first, then passion grows. Think back to anything you've ever cared about: a game, a hobby, a story, a person. At the start, it was not true love. It was curiosity. You didn't know all the rules, you just kept coming back. The more time you spent, the more it mattered. The more effort you gave, the more it hurt to lose. That feeling you call passion today was built slowly by showing up. Right now, you're standing in the cold waiting for lightning to hit you. You want a sudden fire in your chest that tells you, this is it, this is the one. But most of the time, the fire is not lightning. It's a small flame you build with your own hands. At the start, every path feels a bit boring and a bit fake. You're not good at it yet. You don't know the language. You feel like an outsider. Your brain confuses this is new with this is wrong for me. So instead of walking through the awkward beginner stage, you run away from it. You slap the label, not my passion, on it, and you go hunting for something that feels exciting again. It's not that you have no passion, you keep cutting the wire before the light can turn on. So what do you do instead? You stop asking, what is my one true passion for life? You start asking, what is interesting enough for me to explore on purpose for a while? Not forever, not till I die, just long enough to see if anything real can grow. You look at yourself honestly. Do you like solving problems with people or with systems? Do you like talking or building or fixing or designing? From that, you pick one lane that feels good enough to test. Then you do something very simple and very powerful. You give that lane 90 days. For 90 days, you show up on purpose. 1 hour a day to study, or one piece of content a day, or one small project every week. You don't ask, is this my true passion? 10 times a day. You say, for this season, this is my lane. I'm here to learn. Around the third week, the rush will fade. You will feel that old voice again. This is boring now. Maybe this isn't it. There might be something better out there. That is the old pattern trying to drag you back. That is the real test. This is the moment you used to quit. This is the moment where passion, if it's going to grow, actually starts. Because now you're not just playing with something new, you are building a relationship with the work. You start to remember terms. You start to see patterns. You notice you are a little better than last week. You begin to have real questions, not just vibes. Slowly, this thing stops being something I saw on YouTube. It becomes one of my things. Here's the paradox in one line. You don't wait to feel like the kind of person who loves the work. You act like that person first, and the feeling catches up later. Right now, you want the feelings of someone who has been in the game for years while you are still in day 5. Their excitement lives on top of thousands of boring reps. You are judging yourself at the start against someone else in the middle. You don't need to promise your whole life to a path. You only need to give one lane 90 honest days and let it show you what's possible. If, after 90 days of real effort, you still feel heavy, dead, and forced every single time you do it, fine. You didn't waste time. You bought real knowledge about yourself. You learned, this is not my lane, from experience, not from fear. That's not failure, that's progress. And you won't be back at zero because you'll walk away with new skills, new discipline, and maybe a few people you met along the way. All of that travels with you. As you live like this, something bigger starts to shift. You stop waiting for the universe to choose you. You stop begging for a magical calling. You start acting like the builder of your own craft. You move from, I hope passion finds me, to, I am growing passion by how I show up. You no longer say, I don't have a passion. You say, I'm in the middle of building one. So here is the moment that matters. Ask yourself quietly, if I stopped hunting for the perfect thing and just chose one lane to honor for the next 90 days, what would it be? You don't need to say it out loud, just name it in your mind. Now, pick one small action you can take today in that lane. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Enroll in the course. Send the message. Open the software. Write the first paragraph. Watch one real tutorial and follow along. Make it so small that it feels almost silly. That's fine. The power is not in how big the action is. The power is in the fact that you finally moved from thinking about passion to building something in real life. Tonight, when your head touches the pillow, there will be a tiny difference. You won't be the person who is still trying to find their passion. You'll be the person who took the first real step into a lane. And tomorrow, if you echo that step again and again and again, something will start to grow between you and the work. Not magic, not instant fire. Just a small, stubborn warmth that gets stronger each time you prove to yourself. I show up, I stay, I build. That's where passion is born.